Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Did you know starting to learn German at first can sound so impossible? As for me, it was just those moments where there were so many embarrassing moments, a time that I felt like I just want to give up. But guess what? I passed my Deutsch B2 German language level, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I did exactly in order to achieve it, and I'm going to be also giving you tips on how you can also make it at the first attempt. So let's get started. So first, I want to tell you a short story of how my journey has been to achieve my B2, passing at the first attempt, which I'm very proud of myself. I came in Germany in 2018. I was an au pair, and my host mom enrolled me into a German school, which was the A1 and A2. So when I started learning German language, it was very, very hard. Guys, I did not know what I was doing. So fast forward, last year, I decided to enroll into an intensive course. Did my B1, and I also did my B2. So firstly, I'm going to like to talk about how the structure is of the exam. So it's structured into four parts. So the first part is listen, which is reading. So in this aspect, they're like going to be asking you, they want to see your ability if you're able to read and understand. So there'll be like text that you need to read and you need to answer some questions. The other part is the hören, which is the listening. So this part, they're also like going to check your abilities in order to listen. It's a little bit tricky, especially in B2, because they want to make sure you are in that level that you can go at work, you can go and do your studies, everything like that, and you're going to be able to manage to do it. And then the third part is the schreiben. So schreiben, you need to be able like to write a report, you need to be able to write an email, you need to be able to write an essay. That is what is in schreiben. Then the fourth part is the expression, so the speaking. So this is now the ability to see if you're able to have a conversation with people in your day-to-day life, in your workplace, in your school. Exactly on how the exam is structured, you can check it out on the website, for example, on Goethe Institute website or Tech website. There it will be detailed of exactly what comes in all these four parts. If you're attending a class, the teachers are going to be able like to explain everything of how your exam is going to be. So do not worry, you are covered. So now we're going to talk about the tips and recommendation on how you can successfully pass that B2 exam. So of course, I'm a Christian. The first point is to pray, put things in prayer, and of course, you cannot just pray without action. So you pray and then you put in your work, and God is going to come for you. And then the second point, the second tip and recommendation is to build a very solid routine on how you study. So for B2, it's not easy, like it requires you to know a lot. So it also requires you to put in so much work. You cannot just like after class, you go ahead and start doing your day-to-day life. You have to also incorporate your studies into your day so that you're not forgetting anything that you're reading. Because once you're in B2, the teachers know like you know a lot of things, so they won't come in like the way they would do in A1 or A2. So you also need to put in so much work in it. So in B2, you are required like to know a lot of words, like for example, probleme. Like in probleme, you can write it in B1, but then they expect you to go with a better word like Annehmlichkeit. They will just like see how much work you're putting in, especially for the Mundlich, if you're able to use those words that are for B2, because every level of German language has got their own words that you should learn. So my recommendation for reading. So if you love books, you can go ahead and buy novels, German novels. That will be very helpful. You can also read newspapers. There are a number of newspapers that you can check out, especially if you're living in Germany. Or rather, novels, books that are in German, you are going to be reading that every day. In my case, I was reading text from my book. So this is the book that I was using. This is the book from the school. So I did not have to buy this. It was coming from the school. So in this book, there are a lot of texts that you can read. In my case, I was reading a lot of text also from here, or other newspapers, and I was not just like reading on my own. own. I was reading in front of a native speaker, which is my husband, so that he can correct me when I make a mistake. Because when I'm just reading on my own, sometimes you'll be thinking everything is right. But once you read to someone who is a native speaker, they're able like to correct you exactly where you are wrong. So for listening, this one is also like personal. If you're in Germany, there are a lot of movies, like the TV is just in German. So make sure you can also watch news. It also helps a lot for your listening interest. And then you can also listen to podcasts. If you're a podcast kind of person, there are a lot of YouTube channels that you can also check. You can also watch movies on Netflix or Amazon Prime. You can also like watch them with subtitles so that you can like be reading what is really happening. It really is so helpful like to watch movies with subtitles, especially for your listening. For writing, I used a lot of exam training books. There are a lot of them out there. Like I'm going to show something that I really use, which was very helpful to me here. And yeah, so you can do that. And if you're attending a class, you can also like write. For me, I wrote a lot, so much checks that I could use. And then what I used to do is I could give my man to read it and check if there's a mistake. Sometimes I would also give my teachers to see if there are any mistakes, and then they're going to correct me. For the speaking, which is the expression, you can speak with a native. Guys, I recommend you speaking with a native, because a native speaker, they're like going to be like guiding you when you make mistakes. Find a native speaker so that like you can learn with that person. In my case, it was very easy because my husband is German, so it was very easy for me like just like to find someone to talk to. But you can just find that native speaker. Do not be afraid to go out. Go out. You can go to a restaurant, you can go to a supermarket, because once you're there, you are forced to buy something maybe in the supermarket, and that person is going to like to be talking to you, and you're going to be hearing how they're speaking. Most of them speak very fast, but that will be your training, especially for your B2. It's very, very important. Make sure you have those good materials like to make you pass your exam with flying colors. What I can recommend, the kind of books that I use, like I use this book, it was from the school. It is very, very good. It has got all the grammar, it has got all the exercises that you need. You'll never go wrong. This is the other book that I also used. It was just like extra on my own. I bought it on my own. It also comes with CDs. It was very, very good. So this one is like a B2 Lega, which like I'm in care sector. So this is why I also went ahead and bought this book. This book has also been very, very helpful, especially if you're in care. And it does not matter, there are a lot of books out there that you can check out, but if you're also like in nursing, you can also check out this one. So for grammar, I used this book. This book is very good. It has got all types from A1 to C2, so it's very, very good for grammar. So in my case, I learned a lot with YouTube, like Easy German. I learned so much with a YouTube channel by Benjamin. I'm going to like leave his name on the screen. He was very helpful like in my B1 to learn and also my B2. You can also check Learn German with Anya. She's also very good, especially when you're just starting. Also Deutsch Villa. It's very good. It has got like videos, a story about Nico, so you can just check it out. It has got exercises. It will also train you on what level you want to learn. So the bonus tip is, do not forget, practice, practice, practice makes it perfect. So make sure you practice, and at the end of it all, it's going to work out. When you're just starting to learn the language, it can sound overwhelming. Like everything that I've just said, it can sound overwhelming, but with time it gets better. And I know if I was able to do it, you're also able to do it. Like definitely, I know you're able to do it. Just be determined and really focus, and make sure you are studying at least every day. Like try to make it at least 1 hour every day. Read something, listen to something. It will really work out. For grammar, I know it's very difficult, especially when you're starting, but believe me, with time it gets better, because I know grammar is the most difficult part when you're learning this language, but it gets better. Just try to appreciate yourself, every success that you make, even when you just like know how to pronounce a word like vielleicht. It's also like a milestone for you. Do not be hard on yourself, and just be proud in every step that you make. So that's it, guys. That's what I had for you. If you found this video helpful, helpful, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe and share this video to someone who wants to learn the language. So drop your comment below with your favorite tip that I just said to you, or maybe you also have some tips for us. Let us know in the comment section so that another person will learn from you and we just become better and we teach each other and get better. And if you've got like your own kind of stories on how your journey was, let us know in the comment section. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!